wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding and bring it out here. We won't go until we got some. We won't go until we got some. We won't go until we got some. So bring some out here. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding and bring it out here. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Chuck Bauer, and I'm a member of the board of this congregation. Welcome to all of you. The Unitarian Universalist Fellowship is a welcoming community encouraging religious freedom, nurturing individual spiritual and ethical growth, and celebrating diversity and promoting a just and sustainable world. If you would like to learn more about this fellowship, please look at our website at uufe.org. And join us after the service, not for coffee, but for potluck over in the far room, the gathering place. For the listening enjoyment of all, we ask at this time that you turn off or silence your cell phones. Also, if you need hearing support, please ask for help back here in the corner at the sound desk. Thank you. For announcements for today, I first want to thank everybody who worked on the Christmas party yesterday. We had a nice Christmas party yesterday. Pam Wycliffe, Dwight Fish, Oksana Werbiansky, Sherry Moline, Terry Mark were with me on the planning committee, but we also had a number of people who also brought food. Katrina, and I think Laura did, and if I missed somebody, I apologize, but thanks everybody for the help in getting it going and cleaning up afterwards. It was a wonderful event. One more thing, two related, well, not related, but is Christmas Eve. The mitten tree will be emptied after December 22nd, which is next Sunday. So the mitten tree in the lobby out here, and everything will be distributed to the women's shelter. Thank you all for the contributions so far. Also, there is a Christmas Eve service which will start at 5 p.m. and last about an hour. There is a sign-up sheet for this service on the Ivy Island in the foyer, in the lobby, or you can let Janelle Crump, Joan Claiborne, Sherry Moline, or Steve Kripe know what you can help with things for the refreshments. And then finally, on Saturday, January 11th, we're going to have a men's group social event. It will be at 3 p.m. on Saturday the 11th, and we're going to play cards and socialize and maybe some games and who knows what. All men are welcome to come for this. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Dan, and I am excited that you're all here today with us as we present our wonderful Christmas pageant. This service will be a bit different than normal as we weave the story of the Nativity through the whole service, interspersed with some of our normal elements. The pageant is participatory. Let me repeat, participatory. That is, you may be called upon to do a few things. So relax, have some fun, and enjoy this classic tale of the miracle of birth and hope for the future. Now, let us enter into worship together.
Our chalice lighting this morning is called Fellow Sojourners, and it's by Dan Lambert. We gather together on this day as fellow sojourners, looking for light, for hope, for peace, and for love. We gather as people from many backgrounds, many faiths, many cultures, and many spiritual paths. But as we light this chalice, we gather as one body, looking to the Nativity for its message to all of humanity. Its message is that there is light, there is hope, there is peace, there is love. And if you'll now say our unison covenant with me. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth and love, and to help one another. This is our covenant. Please rise in body, mind, or spirit for our hymn number 253, O Come All Ye Faithful.
So let our story begin. This particular version was written by Norman Allen. It takes place in a little town called Bethlehem. And that means we're going to need some villagers. And when the villagers come up, you'll hear them say some words like, "It's so bright. What's up with that?" So they say, "It's so bright." You say, "What's up with that?" All right? And so they might say something like, "I've never seen a star like that. It's so bright. What's up with that?" Okay? So, one evening in Bethlehem, two villagers were coming home from work, and they were sore and tired from working in the fields all day. And they're very slow. And they stopped in the middle of the street and looked up at the sky.
You know, I'm getting kind of annoyed with this whole star thing. I mean, where did it come from anyway?
I know what you mean, and I can't get away from it. It keeps me awake at night because it's so bright. What's up with that?
Good question. What is up with that? What's up with a star that just appears out of nowhere?
Perhaps it's a sign. An omen of some kind. Perhaps something very, very good is going to happen, or very, very bad is going to happen. Because you know, it's so bright. What's up with that?
Yeah, I'm not really into the whole omen thing. I'm more, science-based.
Sure, but the evidence suggests that such a star is likely to bring many things to our little village. People will come here to gaze upon it, to learn about it, because you can't ignore the fact that it's so bright. What's up with that?
Good question. I have a feeling we'll find out. This is a story still unfolding.
Indeed it is. Good job. Now, let's please rise in body or spirit for our next hymn, 426, O Little Town of Bethlehem.
lot of people traveling to Bethlehem, including the Joys and Sorrows cart. This is the time in our service when we share with each other what is on our hearts. Joys, sorrows, concerns, celebrations, anniversaries, gratitudes. If there is something you would like to share, please come to the front and let us know your name. Like, my name is Janelle, so that we may know you better. Choose a stone or shell from the basket. Share what you would like and drop the stone or shell in the water. Of course, you may also share silently. Personal sharings will not be recorded for YouTube later. I light this first candle to shine light on our joys and diminish the shadows of our sorrows.
Back to our story. So, while the folks in Bethlehem were perusing the sky and wondering what's up with that, there were two people who had just arrived in town, Joseph and Mary. And now let me have the animals come up, please. Okay. Joseph and Mary had to go to Bethlehem because of a nasty new tax law. Even though Mary was very, very close to having her baby, and they had to travel almost 100 miles with the help of a friendly donkey. But in Bethlehem, they found that all the inns and hotels and Airbnbs were full or cost too much. Well, finally, one innkeeper told them that they could stay in the stables with the animals. And in that stable, there was a cow. Hold your mask up. There was a cow, a duck, a horse. You can't see the horse. Not yet, Juniper. Not yet, hon. Okay, so what sound are the cows going to make? Moo. Okay, remember I said this is participatory. And what sound are the ducks going to make? And what sound will the horses make? So for this scene, we have our cow, our duck, and our horse, and we'll hear all the words that the animals say to each other. But of course, Mary and Joseph don't understand animal talk. So every time I say, but all Mary and Joseph heard was, you all make the animal sounds. So let's try. So the animals just kept talking and talking to each other, but all Mary and Joseph heard was, Mary. Perfect. All right. So cow, duck, and horse were hanging out in the stable late one night, when all of a sudden the door opens and a man and a pregnant woman and their donkey come inside and start making themselves at home. And then the cow says, moo.
Moo, who let them in here? They don't belong in a stable.
And then the duck said,
Quack, quack. Yeah, they should be in with the other human types.
and then the horse said,
Nay. I mean, what were they thinking?
but all Mary and Joseph heard was, "Nay." Mm. And then the cow said,
You think they just stay home at a time like this?
to which the duck replied,
Yeah, or plan ahead a little so they had a place waiting for them.
and then the horse,
And maybe save up some money ahead of time too.
but once again, all Joseph and Mary heard was, and cow had another opinion.
It's just bad planning on their part.
And the duck agreed.
Yep, typical human type mistake.
And the horse,
I wish they'd go back where they belong.
but all Joseph and Mary heard was, yeah. Finally, the tired old donkey lifted her head, and she looked at the cow, the duck, and the horse, and said,
Oh, why don't you try it? You try riding 90 miles on the back of an old swayback donkey like me when you are so pregnant you can't even see your feet. You try being an expense dad, worried about that woman you love and the child she carries. You try being me, watching every step I take so I don't jostle this woman who's just trying to get here safely. You try it.
and the cow, the duck, and the horse felt very, very bad, and they cried out. Ow.
Sorry, I'll offer them some milk. I'm sorry, I'll lay them an egg.
And the horse.
I'm sorry, I'll take them wherever they need to go.
But of course, all Joseph and Mary heard was, nice job, everybody. You can head back to your seats. And we'll now rise in body or spirit for hymn 237, the first Noel.
is now time for our offering, and we always share our offering with a charity that is of like-minded. And today it's going to be shared with Church Community Services. And I know there's probably a lot of people out there who are hungry during this holiday season, so please give generously.
Okay, so for this next scene, we need folks to play a very important role. In fact, we need everyone, the whole congregation, to be baby Jesus. Now, the first sound most babies make is a really loud cry. But not this baby, no. This baby, he looks around and he sees his mom and dad for the first time. And he looks over his head and he sees a cow with big brown eyes, a horse with a really long nose, and a donkey with big tall ears. And sitting between the donkey's ears is a duck. So the first sound that this baby Jesus makes isn't a cry, it's a big laugh. So every time you hear the innkeeper say, "What was that noise?" you're all going to laugh. Okay? All right. So here's what's going on. The innkeeper who told Mary and Joseph that they have to sleep in the barn is tossing and turning in his bed.
I don't know what it is, but I just can't sleep tonight. For one thing is these animals are making a heck of a lot of noise. But just when I finally get to sleep, I thought I heard something. Now what was that noise? There it is again.
So the innkeeper woke up his partner, who could sleep through just about anything, and asked,
Did you hear something? I'm sure I heard something. What was that noise?
but the innkeeper's partner just rolled over and went back to sleep. So the innkeeper went outside to see what he could find, but the streets were empty and silent. Still, he knew that there was something out there, and he wondered aloud,
What was that noise? There it is again. It sounds like it's coming from the stables. I'll go check it out.
So the innkeeper went across the courtyard and through the stable door, and Mary and Joseph suddenly appear. Mary, catch. So the innkeeper said to them,
I'm sorry I made you sleep in the stable, and I'm sorry that I'm barging in on you like this, but I just have to know, what was that noise? Oh my gosh, it's your baby.
And the innkeeper realized that it was the newborn baby who had been laughing all along. And suddenly, the innkeeper was full of love for this vulnerable child and full of hope, too. And the innkeeper said to Joseph and Mary,
I'm going to go and tell everyone that you have the most wonderful baby with the most wonderful laugh there ever was.
And the innkeeper ran out into the streets of Bethlehem to tell everyone the good news. So we'll now sing hymn 239, Go Tell It on the Mountain. If you want to. So now we're out in the fields with the shepherds, and they're in for a big surprise because there's a whole host of angels heading their way. Now, maybe a host could mean two, but if you want to be an angel too, you can come up. Do we have any angels in this congregation at all? Besides two? So, sometimes angels talk to us and we don't even know it. If we're lucky, we might hear something like, "Aww." So every time you hear me say, and then the angel said, you're all going to say, "Aww." Perfect. So for this scene, we have our shepherds and the angel Gabriel. Come on up here, shepherds, wherever you may be. All right. So there are three shepherds out watching their sheep. Two of them are fast asleep, but one is staring up at that bright star in the sky. Then the shepherd who's awake starts to notice that there's some new stars shining alongside the bright star. And there's a whole lot of new stars, and then the stars getting bigger and bigger. And the shepherd realizes they aren't stars at all, but angels flying down toward them and getting closer and closer. And the shepherd wakes up the two others, and he points up to the sky, and all three of them fall to their knees if they're able, as they looked up at a whole host of angels in the air. And as the angels said, shepherd one.
They say.
Stand a word.
They said we have to go to Bethlehem.
Wait, you speak angel?
Why didn't you tell us?
It's just something I picked up.
And the angel said,
What'd they say this time?
Yeah, come on, what's the deal?
Well, loosely translated, something like, "Do not be afraid, for see, I am bringing you good news of great joy for all the people. To you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is the Messiah, the Lord. This will be a sign for you. You will find a child wrapped in bands of cloth and lying in a manger."
They said all that?
Very efficient language.
Wait, there's more.
and the angel said,
Well,
now what?
They said, "Glory to God in the highest heaven, and on earth peace, goodwill among people." Come on, let's go to Bethlehem and see what it's all about.
So they went with haste and found Mary and Joseph and the child lying in the manger.
What kind of parents are these?
And the angel smiled down upon them and said, Good job. And now let's join in singing 231, Angels We Have Heard on High. Yeah, you can go back. for this scene, I need everybody, all the actors to come up. The animals, Mary and Joseph, the shepherds, the angels. All right, does everybody remember what to say when you get your cue? Because we're going to say them all, okay? And so everybody came together in the streets of Bethlehem, gathering in a big crowd in front of the stable or beside it. Some of the townspeople looked up at the star again and said, "It's so bright. What's up with that?" And the animals inside the stable were talking a mile a minute about the new baby and its beautiful laugh. But all Mary and Joseph heard was, and the shepherds were there too, with a host of angels hovering over them. And the angels said, "Aww." And the newborn baby looked up at the people and the animals and the angels all gathered together on that cold night, and he made a quiet little sound. And the innkeeper leaned forward, and even though he knew the answer, he whispered with a full heart of love, "What was that noise?" Amen. What a happy ending. So let's once more rise as we're willing and able to sing our final hymn, 245, Joy to the World. Thank you, animals. Seated. And now we extinguish our chalice. The words should be in your order of service. Please join me. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go into the world as a messenger of awesome joy. Bid others to follow the star. Tell them the star means wisdom. Tell them the star means kindness. Tell them the star means understanding. Tell them the star means generosity of spirit. Tell them the star leads to a vision of a fairer world. Tell them the star shines in the heavens and in their own hearts. And if they will follow the light, their own light, they will bring peace and joy to others and find it in themselves. Go in peace. Now, if I can have our actors come up one more time for a huge round of applause. Oh, yes, Sherry. And thank you to everybody who helped in this. I couldn't have done it without a lot of you. Tech people, Sherry, Janelle, people I don't even know who helped Renee in helping the kids make the mask. And what fun. Yeah, so let's eat.